Good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are having a great Sunday or Friday, Saturday, whatever day it is. I'm losing track of days. Hope you guys are having a great day today. Hope you guys are up and awake, bright and early. Today is the second to last day of waking up early. Remember, tomorrow we're going to wake up early once again. We're going to meet here at the church at 8 o'clock in the morning. Um, so make sure you're here for that, just for a quick morning devotional to get us prepped for church, and that'll be awesome. So those of you who are watching, thank you guys once again for watching this. I know a couple of you have been watching it on and off, and I know a couple of you have been consistent with the whole thing. Um, but just watching this, I hope you guys are liking it. I hope you guys like the Google Hangouts. I'm looking forward to doing it here more in the future. Maybe not every day. Maybe we'll do another fast sometime in the next couple months or something, um, and then or as the new year approaches and stuff. But we might do a couple like devotionals here and there, um, occasionally on like a Sunday or something like that. And so, anyways, once again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you guys are being filled with the devotionals that are going on in the morning. I hope it's really making a difference. Um, Today we're going to be talking about the morning, actually. I was looking into Jesus calling because one thing I like to do it every morning, but I don't always do it every morning. But I at least try to. Just depends on how busy I am. There's one thing I do every try to do every morning is this. I get this book, Jesus Calling, and I try to read the devotional inside this book. And the second thing is this. And I'm actually going to do something kind of cool you guys can watch. I'm going to screen share here for a second, and I'm going to let you guys see what I'm seeing on my laptop. And I'll show you exactly one thing that I do. It's pretty cool. Let me do it real quick. Desktop. Um, let's see here. You know what? I've actually never done it with this many people, so hopefully this works. Um, so let's just try it. Screen share. Okay, so hopefully you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. It's kind of crazy. It should be a infinite loop of Google Hangouts, but I'm going to minimize this, and uh, and now you should be able to see my laptop screen. One thing I like to do is this, and I'll show you guys this. It's a pretty cool thing. Is I like to go to verseoftheday.com. And this is basically just one verse of the day that they give you. It says, "Since we have these promises, dear friends, let us purify ourselves for everything that contaminates body and spirit, perfecting holiness out of reverence for God." 2 Corinthians 7:1. And sometimes this, like, man, it just hits spot on with everything. And there's a little tiny devotional at the bottom. Sometimes this is like just hits spot on with what I'm dealing with and stuff. And I love this because it's like something random, something I know I am connected to in no way whatsoever. And so when this like speaks to you, it's really fun, it's really cool, and it just makes you closer to God. But they do this every single day. This is Saturday, August the 16th, 2014. Um, so that's just something I was going to show you guys. I hope you guys, if you guys want to in the future, you can look at that and stuff like that. Now I'm going to take the screen share off. So now you should just be seeing my face, um, unfortunately. And so that's just one thing I do every morning, or I try to do every morning, is the verse of the day, and then it's Jesus calling. Now, the verse of the day doesn't really apply to me a whole much. A lot. I like that scripture, and man, that's really cool, and it's good food for thought and stuff. Um, but one thing that really hit home was this Jesus calling. If you have the Jesus calling at home, you can turn to August 16th, and it says this. I'll read it to you. Um, it says, let me do this. It says, "Meet me in early morning splendor. I eagerly await you here. In the stillness of this holy time with me, I renew your strength and saturate for extra sleep or anxiously tune in to the latest news. You commune with the creator of the universe. I have awakened in your heart strong desire to know me. In me, though it now burns brightly in you. When you seek my face in response to my love call, both of us are blessed. This is a deep mystery designed more for your enjoyment than for your understanding. I am not a dour God who discourages pleasure. I delight in your enjoyment for everything that is true, noble, right, pure, lovely, admirable. Think on these things, and my light in you will shine brighter day by day. Um, so that's the Jesus calling for this morning, and I was like, man, that is just like hitting home with our little fast that we're doing, and that was not planned at all. I just looked at it literally about 20 minutes ago, and it's really cool because it talks about the morning, seeking God first in the morning, um, and that's what we're kind of doing. Um, my favorite line is "Meet me in the early morning splendor." Now, how many of us think the early morning is a splendorous time, an exciting time? Um, that's one thing, actually, believe it or not, that I find pretty awesome. Um, I love the morning, and I'll tell you why. And I don't not necessarily love waking up in the morning. I'm trying to prop this book so it's open. Not necessarily that I will like waking up super early in the morning, because that's always like the worst part. I just saw actually a funny picture that said waking up in the morning is like playing a life on expert difficulty mode. And so I was like, that's kind of funny. And if you play video games and you know what expert mode is, or rookie mode is and stuff like that, waking up in the morning is like playing life on the expert mode, because it is hard to get up out of the bed, especially in the winter time when you're nice and warm in your bed, and everything's nice and cozy and stuff, and then you got to get out of the blankets. It's freezing cold, and I usually take showers in the morning, and so I'm running to the shower, and I'm just sitting in the shower trying to warm up and just taking my time. Like, I'll just sit there for like 5 minutes just to warm up, and then you don't want to get out of the shower because you know it's gonna be cold outside the shower, and you're like, oh my gosh. And so you're like running to dry off and put your warm clothes on and stuff, and I like the mornings a lot for the one reason that I feel like it's the best time of the day, um, for multiple reasons. Um, One is you're actually proven to be taller in the morning. You're Because you've been laying down on your bed, your muscles and your bones kind of just relax and kind of just spread out a little bit, and then because gravity is not pulling vertically on your body, and so when it's horizontally, just kind of like your bones and like this are tight when it's vertical and the gravity's pushing down on 'em. But then when you lay horizontally all day, or and sleep and stuff, your muscles just kind of loosen up a little bit, and so, or your joints do, and you're actually a little bit taller in the morning, and that's kind of cool. Two is it's the first part of the day. It's like, man, it's like, I don't know. It's just for some reason I like it because it's the very beginning of the day. The very like, man, I have this whole day ahead of me. It's like when you get paid, if you have a job or you have allowance or anything, and you get paid, and it's like right when you first get your money, you're like, oh, look at all this money I got. It's like, yes, it's the first part of my day. I have so much time to spend. I can do whatever I want. I have my whole day ahead of me. I have like 15 hours ahead of me, and I can do anything I want, anything in the world. And so it's just kind of cool because at nighttime you're like, oh man, I only got like 3 more hours and I'm going to bed. Oh man, I got like 30 minutes, and it's like the time's running out. But the morning time, you're like, oh, I have this whole day. The next thing I like about the morning is relaxing, and I feel like you're more productive when you wake up in the morning. You can get a lot more done. You feel like my mindset, for me personally, my mindset is more focused in the morning. Um, and there's just something. The last thing I like about the morning is there's something cool about knowing that you're like the overachiever in life at that moment, because you know that if you don't have a job in the morning and you don't have to go somewhere really, really like important, nobody's going to get up really early in the morning, unless you're a really, really hardcore workout person and you really, you're really consistent with working out in the mornings, or you just can't sleep. And there's something cool about knowing that everybody else in your entire time zone um, could be sleeping at that moment, but you're the one person who's like up with the rest of the early birds. You're the overachiever. You're up and at 'em. You're dressed. You're ready to go, and you have, I mean, just you're just full of life in the morning. And then there's coffee, always good. But the mornings are cool. It's just this morning morning is splendorous for me. I like it, and that's why I like this Jesus Calling devotional, because it talks about that. And one thing I do every morning, not like Jesus Calling, not like verse of the day. This is something I do every morning. Is whether I do it right out of bed or I do it in the shower. It's either one of those two, and I'll be like, if I one thing I do is I wake up in the morning and I pray. I do it every single morning. Sometimes I'll do it right out of bed, and I'll get out of my bed so I'm not comfortable, not in my like, warm blankets and stuff, and I'll like sit on my knees on the floor, or I'll just kind of like sit cross-legged on the floor, or just kind of sit on a chair or something. Something where if I were to fall asleep, I'll fall over, and that way it keeps me awake. And I'll pray. And if I don't do it there, sometimes the first thing I do is go in the shower, and I'll aim the shower head so it's on my back, on the like aiming towards the wall, and I'll just kind of lean up against the wall, and I'll just sit there, and I'll just like I'll stand there, and I'll just pray, and I'll just you know talk to God for my first like 5-10 minutes of my shower, and then I'll do my shower and get ready for whatever I'm doing that day. There's a fly here. And those are one things I do every single morning. And that is what really kicks off my day. That is one thing that just makes my entire day amazing. And that's what I'm hoping to instill in you guys with these devotionals, um, as well as, man, I want you guys to form, a habit and a thing that you do every single day is, when you wake up, the first thing you think about is God. God, God, God is the first thing you think about. And I want you guys to form that. And it's important that you do habits like that. And a habit is something that you do routinely, and that your body is in tune with. Actually, have it right here. A habit is something that it's a behavior pattern that your body just wants to do automatically, also known as an addiction. I want you guys to have an addiction to just spending time with God in the morning, just seeking Him first, even whether it's just thinking about Him first in the morning, or praying and stuff. And I think it's really important in the morning, just the first fruits of your day. Um, that's why I like the morning, and that's why I like this devotion here. Because it talks about that. It says, in the stillness of this holy time with me, I renew your strength and saturate you with peace. One thing it's kind of hard is when you go through your day, and sometimes when you wake up in the morning, you never know what you never know what your day is going to hold. You can't know the future. You can't, you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, you might know the general idea of events, and even that changes. Like, okay, I got to go to the bank, I got to go to work, I got to do this, I got to go wash my car, I got to clean my room, laundry, whatever. I got to do my homework, I got to go to school, whatever your order of events is. Sometimes those change a lot. But in those specific events, you never know what's going to happen. Yesterday, me and Garrett went to the scrap metal yard, and we were just having a crazy day yesterday, but it was really funny. Um, we went to the scrap metal yard, and we were there, and we pulled up, and we scrapped the copper and the brass, and we scrapped the aluminum that we had, made like $75 off that. Then we had a whole trailer of steel, and we were gonna scrap that. And the guy told us we could scrap everything but the refrigerator, that we have to take the converter out of the refrigerator before we scrap it. He said, if you just take that out, you can scrap it here, but you can't scrap it with the converter in. So we were like, all right, and we went and laid out all the metal, and scrapped it and threw it away. And I was like, you know what? He said we can take it out, and we'll just put the refrigerator in the scrapyard, and we'll take the converter home. And so we started taking the converter off the refrigerator, and one of the pipes burst. And Freon, which is it's the thing that keeps your refrigerator, the machine, like keeps everything cold. That's what helps your AC in your car and your refrigerator. That's what helps keep everything cold. Um, that is also a cancerous liquid that you don't want to be around too much. And the pipe burst, and Freon was spraying. It was going crazy like a geyser, literally, out the back of this refrigerator. And it was spurting like 5 feet in the air. And this guy comes over and he goes, "Hey, get out of here! Take that, go home!" And he's like yelling at us and stuff like that. And I was like, "Okay, okay, I'll take," And we pushed the refrigerator over, and we're getting out of there. And he comes over to the car as we're driving out, and he says, "Get out of here! You guys don't need to be here. Don't come back. You get out here now. Don't come back," and stuff like that. And he was like, "I told you to take that home." Now, he didn't tell us to take that home, but I mean, he the communication was lacking. But he didn't tell us to take it home. He just told us, take the converter out and you can ditch the refrigerator. So we were like, okay. I mean, it was an honest mistake. We didn't mean to, and we didn't want to cause any problems. So I was like, you know what? All right, we'll leave. Um, so Garrett's trying to throw the rest of the scrap metal out really quick, and he goes, "Hey, quit!" He goes, "You're done. You're done. Don't throw any more. Get out of here and don't come back." And so Garrett's like, "Oh crap!" And so he runs to the truck, and we leave and stuff. So we were intending just to go to scrap metal, and we ended up getting kicked out of the scrap yard. So you don't know what your day is gonna hold. But I'll tell you one thing is, when things go bad like that, when bad series of events happen, when you have spent your morning with God, and you've spent the first part of your day with God, and you just are in tune with that, and you've spent that time in relaxation with Him, just seeking after Him, and wanting to know Him more. It's just something's crazy about that, and it just makes your day so much better, even though you know that bad things have happened. Like when we went to Lowe's, I ran into one of my old bosses, and he was like, "Man, how's life been going?" He's like, "Are you living the dream?" And I just got out of the scrapyard, so of course I was like, No, I'm not living the dream. I just got kicked out of the scrapyard. But he was like taken aback, because I'm usually like, "Oh yeah, man. I mean, they got nothing to complain about. The sun's shining and stuff like that." I kind of felt bad afterwards, because I was like, "Man, I should have said yes. Everything's going great. Despite that." But I was kind of still shaken up. I was like, "Crap, I don't want to. I just feel like I'm going to get in trouble, because I just, feel like I'm about to call the cops on us, because stuff like that." But anyways, ultimately, um, I got nothing to complain about. I don't know if you guys do, but when you wake up in the morning and you're breathing, and you spend time with God, and you realize that the events of this day, they're just temporary. Things happen in life, and when bad things happen, it's like when you spend time with God, it gives you a reassurance that despite what happens in this world's only but a lifetime. I mean, 70 years from now, that guy's never going to remember. A week from now, that guy's never going to remember. He probably remembers now, but a couple days from now, he probably won't even remember who me and Garrett are. So that's when I plan to take the refrigerator back. But anyways, when you spend time with God in the morning, it helps just renew your mindset, and that's exactly what it says. It helps renew you. And God wants to spend time with you. He wants to have these times. I've told you guys many times. He's not mad at you. He's not just like angry at you because of different things you've done, because you haven't spent time with him, different sins or whatever. God doesn't care about that. All He wants to do is just spend time with you guys, with everything you have, and He just wants to be with you guys, and He seeks after you constantly. And Jesus is on the right hand side of God on the throne. I can't even talk today. Jesus is on the right hand side of God, and right now, and He's pleading for you. He's praying for you, and that says a lot. That despite whatever we do in life, even if we're walking in the opposite direction, Jesus is pleading for us. He's praying for us, and He just wants to spend time with us. And when you do that every day, every morning, it makes a huge difference in your life, and you just go about your life knowing in the back of your head, with that mindset that, man, God is good, God is awesome. I just spent time with Him this morning, and I feel like my whole day is with a whole nother motive. But my whole day has a different light to it, and it's pretty cool. If you guys know the story of Martha and Mary, I'll read it to you guys real quick. I'm not going to spend very long on it at all because I know we've all heard it like 1,000 times, and but I'm just going to read it to refresh us. Um, It says, as Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he said. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do all the work by myself? Tell her to help me. Martha, Martha, the Lord answered, you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed, or indeed only one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her. So Martha was the one who was trying to prep for food. She was trying to clean the house. She was trying to do all these things for God, for Jesus when he came into their house. Um, but little did she know, she had her vision and her sights on the wrong motives. Whereas Mary has this just a more relaxed personality, and she drops everything she does just to spend time, just to see what God has to say, what Jesus has to say to her, and what everything that he's going to do. And that's kind of like the mindset here in the morning is, forget your to-do list, and don't make God an item just to do on your chore list or on your to-do list. Today we're spending time with God in the morning. We're seeking him. And hopefully you guys have been kind of spending time with God after this and stuff like that, because this is just a devotional, and just spend time thinking about God and pray, even if it's for like 5-10 minutes and stuff after these devotionals. And Mary had the right idea. She was seeking God, and when Martha tried to say, hey, God, tell her to help me out so I'm not doing all this work by myself, he said, Martha, you got the wrong idea. I'm not concerned with what food you got to eat. I'm not concerned with how clean your house is. I just want you to spend time with me, mark me off of your to-do list, and let's do this. Let's spend time with each other. And so that's what I just encourage you guys to do, when you wake up in the morning, because after tomorrow, this fast is over. And I just want to encourage you guys that, when you guys go back to school, you guys are going to face many challenges. When you guys go back to school, you guys are going to face many personalities and many different people, and things might go bad, they might go good, and everything's going to be all right, because when you're with God, and when you spend time with God in the morning, you literally do go through life with a whole nother mindset. You literally do go through life with just this different meaning and different purpose. When things go bad, you're just like, you know what, who cares? It's just part of life's difficulties, and God's going to be right there with me. And I spent time with him this morning, and that's all that matters to me. And technically you are living the dream when you do that. You've spent time with the creator of this universe, which is the most important thing you can do in your entire day, every day. So that's just what I encourage you guys to continue doing. Even if you wake up at 10 o'clock, you sleep in. It's okay to sleep in occasionally, but just when you first wake up, give God the first fruits of your day. Put your armor on before you enter the battle. And that's just what I encourage you guys to do. Tomorrow's Sunday. We're not just going to meet at the church. We're going to meet at the church, and we're going to be praying, and we're going to be seeking after God. So tomorrow's not going to be like a devotional. It's just going to be us seeking the Lord, and for one purpose. And I'll tell you guys more about that tomorrow. And I think when you guys come tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, just meet me here at the church. And we're going to prepare our hearts for a time of worship and a word from God this morning. And I think you're going to see a dramatic difference just in your church day. And it's going to be crazy. And I know you guys are going to feel a difference. So I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. I love you guys, and hope you guys are having a great morning this morning. Just spend time with God here for like 5 or 10 minutes. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Adios.